Welcome to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I'm excited and glad to be back in Atlanta, Georgia. I just love the city and just love all the people that are here. We have a great show again for you today, and I just wanted to share with you, we are doing some amazing things for your success in this industry, and I always say that it just keeps getting better. It completely keeps getting better. And I think about, and I talked a bit about this on previous shows, I think about when I first started in this industry, and nowhere near the training or the support, not even close. It was like, here's your book, go out and sell. Once you got some sales, give me a call. But now what we're doing within our group between these shows, and I thank you for your support. I thank you for your encouragement. I thank you for the emails and the phone calls, just the appreciation that you guys have for us, what we're doing. It's all for you. That's why we do these shows, and I know they've been helping you. We've been focusing on sales. We've been focusing on training, on inspiration. We have great guests on the show sharing testimonies, and we're going to a higher level. We have our email blasts that we send out to you. We have our texts that we send to you. We do these shows. We are getting ready to open up a website exclusively designed for training and recruiting new people into this business. In fact, my guest on the show today is kind of an expert in this area as far as social media, and she's going to be helping me and assisting me. So we are going to be taking this to a higher level. We have amazing opportunities. You're going to see some of the advertisements. We're getting ready to go on a big recruiting campaign because people ask us, man, you guys are doing great. You have great lives. You're talking about residual income. You're talking about success. You're traveling. I want to have that lifestyle. What do I need to do to jump on board? And I'm hearing that all the time. So the answer is yes, we have opportunities, and we're going to teach you this business. We're going to train you. We're going to show you how to become successful. We're not going to just say, here's your stuff, go out and sell it, you're on your own. We will be working together with you, doing the same things that we're doing. That's all you have to do. We will teach you, we will inspire you, and we will motivate you, because that's what that is all about. This amazing opportunity has been incredible for so many people all around the country, including myself. Sometimes people may look at me and say, wow, you're just a lucky guy. You know, you're just successful, you're making all this money. But I want to take you back to when I first started in this business. 18 years ago, I started over. And that's what there's so many different testimonies about starting over. There's so many different testimonies about second chances in life. 18 years ago, I was dead broke. I just got out of a divorce, got out of a career that was a dying industry, and I owed the IRS $98,000. I was completely in debt and almost to the point where I was homeless, in between finding a place, and didn't even have a car. I had to borrow a car, a $500 Ford Fiesta, so I can go out and sell. And at that point, I was a single dad. And my daughter, youngest daughter, was 2 at the time. And I remember on one of the orders that I had written, one of the merchants that I've written, I needed to get paid on that deal. And I had her for the day, and I had to get that thing installed so I could get paid on it. I took her out in the field with me, and I said, it's daddy, daughter, take your daughter to work day. And I installed the machine with this merchant while she's running around the place. I'm like, don't mind her, we're just having fun. And that's how it was way back then. And I think about that, and I think about where this business has gotten me to today. Now, it's not, I don't want to paint a picture of pie in the sky, you know, just everybody just having all kinds of money and having fun and not working at all. It does require effort, but 18 years later, knowing that I have worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, applying myself and continuing to do that, I am living beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, it's unbelievable. We just got, you hear a lot about residual. Just got the residual, looking at it on the phone. I want to pinch myself and say, thank God, man, this is so amazing. How did I get so blessed and fortunate just to have this opportunity to be working for a great company with great people, and to be able to inspire and train new people and watch their dreams come true. And I see it. I've seen people so many times in this business, they have second chances in life where they completely lost everything. They come into this business and they appreciate it and they make it happen. It's incredible. That's the opportunity that we have. Now, you may say, well, you just talk about money a lot. Well, money's not everything. People say that. Who says that? People with no money. So how do they know? I've been broke. I have money. I like having money better than being broke. It isn't everything, and sometimes people say, well, money is the root of all evil. Now that's false. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. I believe that God made the diamonds for his people. I believe that God wants you to have a blessed life. In fact, to get biblical, talks about that in his word all over the place. So the Lord wants you to be blessed, because if you're blessed, you can be a blessing to other people. And that's what I just enjoy doing here. Love sharing the opportunities, absolutely love and thrilled to see new people come into this business and accomplish great things. And it comes in strides. You know, I remember getting the first residual check. It was like $50, then it's $100, then it's $400, then it's $500. It keeps growing, and it keeps getting better. That's what it's all about. So we have a young lady that's going to be on our show today, and she's going to share her testimony. And she's had some challenges in life, and she could easily say that, no, I can't do it because this, I got that going on, or I got this going on. But she is choosing to march through the trials, the obstacles, and the challenges. No excuses, and great positive things are happening. Her life is being changed, and I can go on and on and on. I'm going to allow her to share that with you, and it's going to be an encouragement, and it's going to be exciting for you people to hear, especially some of you new people that are starting out. So I'm looking forward for you to meet her, and we're going to share her wonderful testimony, and she's going to share some insights with you, things that have helped her in this business and things that she's excited about, some of the great things that she's going to be doing in the business, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to take a short break, watch these commercials, and we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt here from Skinner. Hey, I want you to donate to the Hands and Feet West Side. West Side's the best side. There you go. That's where I was born at. Anyway, hey, listen, they're feeding homeless vets, homeless people, helping people recover. They're a good organization. Don't forget, donate to the Hands and Feet West Side. God bless.
Rock and roll, bro. Please donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation West Side today. This ministry is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. They feed people everyday hot meals. They give away clothes and food, and they also offer a sanctuary and prayer. Donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation on the West Side, Jacksonville, Florida, right there on 103rd Street. God bless you. Tell them American Hearts Radio sent you. We're on a mission for God.
Please visit Hands and Feet Westside, www.facebook.com/handsandfeet.org, or give them a call at 904-465-5083. 904-465-5083.
Hey everybody, go to handsandfeetfoundation.org and support them. Don't forget, support. For the Son of Man who came to seek and save the lost. Luke 19:10.
Hi, it's Rich Norton. I am a board member for the Haven Horse Ranch in St. Augustine, Florida. This is a wonderful ministry that specializes in equine therapy for special needs children. What an amazing ministry. If you'd like to support this ministry, go to havenhorseranch.org, havenhorseranch.org in St. Augustine, Florida, and you will bless somebody and you'll get blessed yourself. Appreciate you doing that. God bless. Hi, it's Rich Norton here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. I'm here with my good friend, Jason Woodward. We have amazing opportunities. Tell them all about it, Jason.
Not only do you get commission up front every single week and get paid on it, but we also make residual income. So let me explain to you what that is. My dad told me my whole life, no matter how successful I was in sales, until I made money while I was sleeping, I was not successful. Well, guess what? Residual income is making money while you're sleeping. So now I'm successful, and we want to help you be successful too.
We'll teach you, we'll train you. Give me a call, Rich Norton at 904-434-4635, or you can email, tell them the email address.
It's opportunity.rps@gmail.com. We want you.
Welcome back. It is exciting to be here. Love this city in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a great, great city. And like I tell you, many shows, just the people that we hang around with and have fun with, and lots of success up here in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I was previously talking about second chances in life, and it's so exciting to see the amazing opportunities and what people are accomplishing in this business. And I'm thrilled and excited to have Phoebe Dupre on our show today. She's an encouragement to me, and we are getting ready to do some wonderful things in this industry. And Phoebe's kind of a star when it comes to social media. With Instagram, we're going to be doing advertising, and she's got 20,000 followers, and she just has a wonderful way of just encouraging other people. Facebook, and so we're going to start doing advertising, and you'll see them all over the place. And we do have wonderful opportunities. So for those of you that have been calling my number and sending me emails and text and things like that, asking how can I jump on board the Retriever Success Train, well, it's available. So in fact, I'm going to give you my number right now, 904-434-4635. Retriever Merchant Solutions, Rich Norton. The opportunity is available. We're going to train you. We're going to teach you. We're going to help you to become successful. So, Phoebe, wonderful to have you on the show here
Thanks
today.
Thanks for being on the show.
And we have some great things happening in the business. And I just wanted you, because you're a great encouragement, and you've been through challenges and obstacles, and you don't make any excuses. You're a go-getter, and you're a hard worker. You started, tell me, like, a little bit about your background, your history before you came into Retriever, what your world was like and what you've been through, and share that with everybody out there.
So previous to Retriever, I was working at a golf course, bartending during the day, and I have 2 children, single mom. Their dad's not involved at all, so I would just work, bartend, come home, be with them at night. And I got introduced to the business because I met Rich Urso and Michelle Urso. They were members there, and they had asked me when I was, I think, 24 years old. They asked me, they're like, hey, we think you'd be really great at what we do. Let us explain it to you. And I kind of like brushed them off, which is like one of my biggest regrets to date. And so I told them, I was like, no, I have like a really good thing going. I'm making a couple $100s on a lunch shift. Like, I can pay all my bills. There's no way that I could stop what I'm doing now to pursue another career.
Sure. Yeah. So that's kind of, I mean, you're in a level there where you're comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I was definitely comfortable. I paid all my bills. I bought a new car there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I made more than what I had ever been making.
So you were getting by, and you were successful in that business. And then, all right. So as time went on, what was the change there? I mean, did it happen like a year later or?
So what happened was I bought myself a new car, which I didn't have before. I had like the most embarrassing cars ever. I bought a house, and then I was sitting there with my children, and I'm like, I did everything I have to do for them. I have my car, I have my house. Like, what am I going to do for myself now? Like, how am I going to get better than what I am now? Because I knew it wasn't going to happen, bartending, and God knows I'm going to get older, and I'm not going to be a bartender for my whole life. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I was sitting down, and I was like, came up with this brilliant idea. I was like, I'm going to get into sales. And I had no idea what that meant or what it entailed. And I thought that I would be in pharmaceutical sales. I think I looked it up online, and it said their average salary was like $150,000. And I was like, oh, that's great. I'm going to do that. And then it was like a week later, I was at the golf course bartending, and Rich and Michelle and Mike Gross came in to eat. And I was looking at them, and I was like, it's so funny, because I was just thinking that I told myself I was going to get into sales. I was like, do you remember that thing you told me like 3 years ago? I was like, what was that? Can you tell me about that? And they were there doing their, I don't know, having a little meetup, talking about their business, and they explained to me what it was. And I said, I'm 100% in, and next thing you knew, I was on a flight to Indiana.
Wow. So Rich and Michelle, you've seen them on a previous show, and they're great friends. And I grew up in New England area, and I know Phoebe's from Connecticut, and they're from Rhode Island. I live in Florida now, but I always like going back up there. And Rich and Michelle are great friends. They're just awesome people. And one thing about them is that you're going to get, if you're in their group, you're going to get a lot of encouragement, a lot of love, a lot of support. So tell me about how that's helped you, especially when you first started out, how Rich and Michelle have made a difference in your life.
Okay, so my first year was my hardest, and I'm just getting out of my first year. I finally have the ball rolling. But what happened my first year was I didn't know anything about sales. I knew nothing about the credit card industry. I didn't know what I was selling. I feel like I really lacked my presentation skills, and it was kind of like a mess. And what Rich and Michelle did for me was they provided me another opportunity to be a lead generator for them, which I had Rich and Michelle in my ear every single day, telling me about statements, telling me my mistakes in my presentations, helping me with cold calling. What was the
Awesome.
question?
Yeah. So they helped you. Actually, they took you in a level where you were out on your own at first.
Yeah.
And I guess they put you in a lead generation position where it kind of threw you out there, and although they were with you, kind of helped you learn about the business.
Yeah, they were there for me every single day, answering every question. I was setting up appointments for them. And then from there, I was able to, now I started in February being a rep back on my own. Now I feel like I understand the industry more, still not completely. But the biggest thing that's helped me be successful in this business so far is people like Rich, Urso, Michelle, that every single time I'm out working, I call them and they're out working doing the same thing. They're answering my questions. You know, they're leading, and they're leading by example, like producing all these deals every single week, calling, checking on me, you know, making sure I'm okay and seeing where I went wrong and how I can get better. And I mean, Michelle's word is always like believe, right? So
Yeah.
Michelle always says that that's her word, is believe. And I've never been in a company that believed in me so much, checked on me so much, and that like my success is part of their success. And Rich Urso always calls me and tells me that too, like, all I want is for you to be successful. That's like one of my goals. I mean, I feel that from you. And all the guys like Jason and Sean, like, I know that when I'm with them, like, all they're there for is to help me.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And when you're starting out, like, especially if you've not been in sales before, and you come into an industry like this, because this is true sales. You know, this is, you know, it's not a retail sales, and I'm not putting retail down, or sometimes people say, well, I'm in sales too. I sell potato chips, and I mean, nothing against them, but how difficult is that? You go into a store, it's like, here's your potato chip sign right here. There's not much sales involved in that. Retail, I sell shoes. Okay, you walk into a shoe store. I'd like to buy some shoes. Okay, good. I'll sell them to you. And that's pretty much sales. But here, I mean, we walk into a business in many cases cold, right?
Yeah.
So that's something new, and something that, quite frankly, can be scary.
It was gut-wrenching for me for a long time. I still get the jitters walking into some businesses and have to force myself to go in. But with the support that we have from the company, there's literally no way I can fail in this company, because number one, I mean, there's just things that make it so easy to stay on track. Number one, my residuals. I can say now that as of 2 months ago, my residuals were, I successfully replaced my anticipated child support that was supposed to be given to me that I, have never received my whole children's lives. And when that moment happened, I literally cried, and I was like, I always knew this business was for me. I felt it like in my gut. But when that happened, and I was like, I can be a single mom. I can do this on my own. I have support from my company. I have money coming in for, for the work that I've previously put in.
What an encouragement, because we talk a lot about being a victim or a victor, and because you're doing this on your own, like you shared, and I appreciate you being transparent with everybody, and you're talking about where you're not getting anything, you're on your own, so you're doing this on your own. So there's a lot of pressure involved, and you have 2 children, right?
Yeah.
I know they're watching, so. You can tell everybody about your kids.
So I have a 10-year-old son, and my daughter will be 9 in August, and it's been just the 3 of us for basically their whole lives. I don't know, they're my why. They're the reason why I get up and go out every day, and I know that this opportunity is what is going to, allow me to give them the best life possible and be home with them more. I actually, right now, I drop them off at school at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm heading home from wherever I am by 2:30, and I get them off the bus. So, I mean, I still bartend at night. I still haven't completely weaned off bartending. I still work on the weekends, but this job is allowing me to be a full-time mom, you know, and be the provider for my household, basically. Right?
That's awesome, yeah. And proper balance being the key at the same time, because, you know, this position that we have has flexibility. You know, you don't have to punch in at a certain time and work till a certain time. You know, you can go out and make it happen in a few hours with what you're going through, and then still do your other job. So you're in a transition, and ultimately, I know you and I have talked about that, where you want to be in a position where you're no longer bartending and you're Retriever Merchant Solutions full time. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my goal is by this time next year that I'm going to be 100% Retriever and nothing else.
That's great.
Which I can really see that coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we have a slogan where we say it keeps getting better, and it does. Because you shared with me about you got your residual check and you're at that next level now, and then it keeps getting better. It keeps going on and on. Now, another thing that's real exciting about this business is not only monetarily, but the change that we see in just people's outlook, their overall demeanor, their overall attitude. And talk about that, like how that has changed you, because you're very confident and you seem to be outgoing, but you've learned a lot. So how has Retriever Merchant Solutions helped you in all phases of your life?
So it's funny you said that, because I was actually looking through my camera the other day, and I videotaped myself the first times I was practicing before I went out and presenting to merchants, and I looked at myself and just my body language and my demeanor and my lack of confidence, and like I still don't feel like I have those things completely under control, but the improvements that I've made, like I've come miles from where I began, and I feel like I have a higher self-worth. I mean, just knowing that I'm in control of my money and I'm in control of my hours, you know, it makes you feel like you have complete control of your life. Like everything's up to you, and no one's ever going to tell you that you can't have everything you want. So I mean, that alongside with the support that I get from everyone in the company, like all the leaders. I mean, just knowing that exists in the world, like some people don't even have that. They didn't even know that any of those things are an option or available to them, and I have all those things like at my fingertips. So. As
we talked about earlier, the success is all around you. All you have to do is tap into it. The resources are there, and it's all up to you. You know, there is no excuses, because you can make all the excuses in the world if you wanted to.
And the days that I do make excuses, I get phone calls from Rich, Michelle. I mean, I get a text from you. We get every single morning we get a text, you know, from Norton.
We can find a million reasons not to do it, but there's one reason just to be successful. You have to have that why. So it's amazing. So that the attitude aspect of it, it helps as a parent too, you know, because I think about what we learn. We learn about positive thinking. We learn about having a great attitude, about goal setting, having good direction, having good self-esteem, and all this. We learn that. It's amazing. Direct sales takes you to that next level, and it can trickle down as a parent.
Just the fact of being an example to my children, like you talked about taking your children or your Kaylee to close deals with you, and you've encouraged me to do that before.
Yes.
And he said to do take your children to work day when I had to get things done, and my kids have stayed in the car and they'll look out the window and be like, "Mommy, did you get the deal? Did you get the deal?" You know, like cheering me on. And just for me to be able to show my kids that they don't have to grow up and do a 9-to-5 job and not have financial freedom and not have options for their life, to show them firsthand like what hard work can get them, and that their financial future is like, you know, in their hands. Like they can do whatever they want, and I'm showing them that.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's amazing, right?
No question about it, because you're believing in yourself, and the belief that you're showing keeps it positive for your children too. So they see mom as super positive, and mom's giving encouragement to your children.
Yeah.
And because I say one of the best things that you can say to your kids, besides, excuse me, besides I love you, is I believe in you.
believe in you.
You know,
Yeah.
so I say that to my daughters all the time. Is, you know what? You're awesome, you're wonderful, I believe in you. And each one of them will say, just because you encouraged me, just because you supported me and told me that you believe in me, that allows me to go to another level. And I have confidence in myself
Yeah.
because of the belief that you're showing.
And when people are rooting for you, like, you don't want to let them down. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. If you have people who love you and support you, I mean, are you really going to not go after your dreams? Or, you know, are you really not going to have a work ethic that matches, you know, the things that they believe that you can do? Like, if someone else sees it in you, you start to see it in yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're hearing it all the time, I believe in you, I'm here for you, I'm encouraging you, I'm supporting you.
Seriously.
And you talked about that where it's important, you think about the confidence aspect of it. You know, it's important to practice, you know, it's important to prepare, it's important to go over the presentation over and over again. And I like what you talked about, record yourself. Because you'll be amazed at some of the things that you say, or because I think about that because I've done a lot of public speaking, and I started recording myself, and sometimes we use filler words, and I was adding in, like, you know, or you know what I'm saying, and we can do that throughout your presentation.
I would
right?
look up. I would, like, always look up when I was thinking, like, what to say next.
Yes.
Yeah, and I could cut that out.
Yeah, or
at least
peop-
I hope I did.
Yeah, or they'll say or oh, or you know.
Yeah.
So that's good. And when you're giving an opener, practice that. You know, record yourself, get it down, go over it and over again. This way, when you walk into a business for the very first time, you know exactly what you're saying. You believe in yourself, and the confidence that you have, it's going to bring out the confidence in the merchant. So there's days as a new representative, let's get real, right? As a new representative, that you go out in the field and you may not be as confident, or you need cold calling. You know, when you hear that word, cold calling, it's scary. You know,
Yeah.
it's like and how many times have you talked to people and you tell them what you do, and they say, oh my gosh, you do that?
Their first thing is, I could never do that.
Right.
That's the immediate response I get. I could never do that. But, I mean, if I told them, like, the reward for doing that, and they really understood that that was real, and they understood the support, everyone would want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
Yeah,
why I pay
honestly.
so well. Because
Yeah.
if it was real easy, you know, and we paint a picture that, you know, it's easy if you work hard, but it does require effort, and you have to overcome the fear of rejection,
Yeah.
because we do get rejection when we go out there in the field. But if we have the philosophy that every no that we get,
You're one step closer.
one step closer
Right,
to the yes, because the merchants are out there. Talk about the feeling that you get when you know you've helped a merchant, you walked out of the business, and you know you've done something good for the merchant, and talk about that feeling.
So I feel amazing. Like, when I know, especially if I've helped someone who's in my hometown, I've gone in and saved people, you know, $300 a month, gotten them all new equipment. They're thrilled that they have someone that they can trust, that they can call me, and then we develop a relationship. And I mean, I feed off of that. Like, I love business relationships, working with business people. I love being able to help. Like, there's people who have run businesses for, you know, 10, 20 years, really successful people, and then I'm able to step in and add value to what they've already been doing, you know, for their family, for their community. So, I mean, it's a great feeling.
Absolutely. How about for you personally? It's like when you're helping the merchant, and then the sense of accomplishment that you receive.
There is nothing better than walking out the door knowing that you signed that lease and you're going to get, I mean, there's a sense of accomplishment, but like when you know that you did it, and your presentation and your bond with that person, and they trusted you, and they trust you, you know, with all their business information and their money. I mean, there aren't very many things that feel better than
Absolutely.
that. It's definitely like a high.
It's because I always say it's therapeutical. You know, it's like if that's a word, it's therapy. All right, I think I just made up a word. It is therapy for us when we go out in the field, when you may have a bad day or a tough day and you got personal things going on in life, and you know, you go out there in the field and you certainly do not want to take that out in the field with you. I say use that as therapy, and then you walk into a merchant and you meet a really nice, friendly merchant, and you help them out, and they say, thank you for coming by. This has been wonderful. And you walk out of that business and you got that merchant application in your pocket, all signed. You know you made some money. You're building your business.
Yeah.
And you just walk out of there and you just like, wow, what a great feeling. And all the big problems that you thought you may have had, all of a sudden they don't seem to be as big anymore.
I go in my car and I play some celebration music and call somebody and tell them.
There you go.
Yeah.
What song do you play?
Currently Cardi B.
Okay, good. So you play some good positive, and that's a good thing too, because when you're driving out in the field, it's important that you get in that right mindset, play some good music, listen to positive things, because there's a lot of negative things that are out there.
You know what I used to do when I started is I would turn on my Pandora radio and put on the comedy station and like listen to Kevin Hart or whoever, and like if I had a 45-minute drive and I'm listening to jokes and I'm laughing and smiling and I have those jokes in the back of my mind, as soon as I walk into that first merchant, I'm like just in an amazing mood and smiling, and they don't even know why. They're like, look at this really happy girl, she must love her job, but really I just listen to
There you go.
comedy for an hour.
See, there's some more advice for you. Laughter
Yeah.
is the best medicine. So listen to some comedy, walk into a business laughing, and they'll wonder why you're laughing and why you're so happy and why you're smiling. This is such a great business, and Phoebe, it's wonderful to have you on the show. This
It's
is
great to
awesome.
be here.
It wasn't as bad as you thought it would be, right?
No, now I'm doing okay.
See, now you're a pro, so you're going to have to be on the show again. Phoebe's going to be helping us out with Retriever Merchant Solutions. I talked about this earlier with the social media aspect. You're going to see her live doing advertising for recruiting, and you're going to see other advertising that we're doing. It's going to be all over social media, so I thank you for helping us out with that. It's going to be great. We're going to have a website set up, so we're here for your success, and all you got to do is just take advantage of it. And this is a prime example of a young lady that has just grabbed hold of this wonderful opportunity. No excuses. She's a victor, and she's just beginning. She's making great things happen for her children. She has a reason why she does what she's doing. She's excited about now, and she's just beginning. She's excited about the future that is ahead of you. And so thanks for being on the show. It's been wonderful. Come join us for future shows. Today is God's gift to you. What you do with this day is your gift back to God. Thanks for being on the show. We will see you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. Have a great day.